The sky over Earth was quiet when they returned. No warnings, no enemy ships, no mind voices, just silence. Real silence. The hybrid ship landed at a hidden Earth military base in the mountains. It was one of the last secure locations, clean, untouched by the alien infection. Jonas was still weak, but alive. Reyna helped him walk as Malik covered their exit. The copy-decker followed slowly behind, quiet, unsure if he even belonged anymore. Earth Command had no idea what had happened. They were blind to it all. The war they thought was over had only shifted into the shadows. But now, someone had turned on the lights. Inside the command bunker, a general stared at Reyna like she was a ghost. "We thought your team was lost." "We were," she said, "but we fought our way back." Jonas stood tall beside her. "You need to know the truth. Earth was compromised. You handed them our minds, and they used them to build something terrible." The general tried to deny it at first, but the copy-decker stepped forward. "They used my face," he said calmly. "My voice. My training. You gave them everything they needed." A long silence filled the room. "What do we do now?" the general finally asked. Reyna's voice was cold. "You stop hiding. You tell the world what happened. You prepare for the next wave." Malik leaned forward. "Because they're not gone. Just hurt. And next time, they'll come harder." The next few days moved fast. The data from the enemy ship was uploaded and studied. Earth's leaders were forced to reveal the truth, the mind-sharing experiment, the secret deals, the copies, the hidden war. The people were shocked, but also angry. And humans fight best when they're angry. New defense systems were built. Mind-blocking tech was rushed into production. Old bases were reopened. And for the first time in years, Earth was united, not just for survival, but for justice. Jonas stayed at a medical center. The mind engine had changed him. He could still feel traces of the alien network, but now he was learning to control it, to listen, to warn. Malik returned to the Special Forces, training new recruits, telling them stories no one else believed before. Reyna was offered a medal. She refused it. "I don't want honors," she said. "I want us ready." The copy-decker was given a choice: freedom or research. He chose something else. "I'll watch the stars," he said. "If they come back, I'll know first." He left in a small ship, drifting toward the edge of the solar system, choosing exile over comfort. Weeks passed. Earth stayed quiet, but no one relaxed. One night, Reyna stood on a rooftop, staring at the sky. Jonas joined her. "Do you think they'll come back?" he asked. "They will," she said. "But next time, they won't find us scared. They'll find us ready." Jonas smiled faintly. "They thought we'd break. They thought they could steal what makes us human." Reyna nodded. They were wrong. A meteor shot across the sky. Bright, fast, beautiful. And for the first time in a long time, the stars didn't feel cold. They felt like a challenge. Let them come. Because this time, humanity remembers. And we don't run. We fight. Darkness filled the hallway. The scream echoed again, louder this time, full of pain and rage. The team raised their weapons, eyes wide, breath fast. But there was nothing in front of them, just the sound. Then red emergency lights flickered back on. The figure in the black spacesuit was gone. Reyna stepped forward, scanning the area. No heat, no movement. What the hell was that? Her voice was sharp, but her hand shook slightly. The rest of the team was silent. Jonas was pale, eyes locked on where the figure had stood. "We need to move," said Malik. "The ship's layout has changed. This corridor wasn't here before." The team started walking again, this time faster. The air felt heavy, as if the ship itself was pressing down on them. The floor was wet in places, not water. Something thicker, like blood. "Where are we going?" asked Private Decker. "The extraction point's gone." Reyna pulled up the new map. There's another way out. An emergency hangar on the lower level. We reach it. We get out. But nothing on this ship was simple. As they turned a corner, the high-pitched whine filled their ears. Then came the sound of metal scraping on metal, slow and sharp. Something was dragging claws against the walls. Jonas spun around, aiming his rifle. It's behind us again. The team formed a circle. Shadows moved at the edge of the light. A shape crawled across the ceiling, too fast to see clearly. It dropped to the floor behind Decker. Before anyone could shoot, it grabbed him and pulled him into the darkness. Decker, Reyna shouted, firing. Malik and the others joined in, their shots lighting up the hallway. But it was too late. Decker was gone. Not even a scream. We keep moving, Reyna said. Her voice was cold now. We stop. We die. They reached a large chamber with strange glass tubes on both sides. Inside each tube was a creature. Some looked dead, some looked frozen. One of them had human features. It wore an old Earth military patch on its shoulder. Malik stared at it. Captain, that's a soldier from the First Contact War. They all died years ago. What is this? Reyna didn't answer. She was thinking the same thing. How could a dead soldier be here, preserved inside an alien ship they had never seen before? Jonas stepped closer to one of the tubes. His fingers touched the glass. Inside, the creature's eyes opened. Back away, shouted Reyna. The tube cracked. A loud hiss filled the room as gas sprayed into the air. The creature broke free, screaming, flailing, moving like a nightmare. The team fired at it, but it kept coming. Reyna grabbed a plasma grenade and threw it. The explosion was small, but enough. The thing burned and finally fell. The chamber went quiet again, but now they knew. These things weren't just aliens. They were copies of humans, mixed with something else. They're using us, Malik whispered, studying us, turning us into them. Reyna looked around, breathing hard. Then we can't let this ship survive. If they learn too much, they'll wipe us out. They reached the stairs to the lower level. The metal steps were slick and unstable. As they descended, something moved above them. Fast, spider-like and large. It didn't attack. It just watched. Down below, the air was colder. The hangar was near. But before they could reach it, the floor beneath them shook. A deep voice echoed through the walls. Not a voice made by a mouth. A voice made by the ship itself. Humans, you were not invited, but you will be studied. Your minds are useful. The team stopped. It's talking to us, Jonas said, terrified. Reyna replied out loud. We're not here to share. We're here to leave. The voice responded. You are part of us now. Without warning, gas sprayed from the walls. The team's helmets sealed, but Jonas coughed hard. He fell to his knees. His visor cracked. Something's in my head, he said. Reyna and Malik dragged him up and ran. The hallway behind them closed shut, sealed by the ship. Only one path remained. Forward. They finally reached the hangar doors. Malik tried to open them, but the control panel was locked. He pulled out a hacking device and began working fast. Give me 30 seconds. Behind them, heavy footsteps approached. Slow, powerful. A tall figure stepped into view. It was the same one they had seen before, the man in the black suit. But now his visor was gone. He had no face, just metal and pale skin, stretched and wrong. He raised a hand, and the walls began to shift again. Jonas looked up, eyes glassy. He's in my mind. He knows everything. Reyna raised her weapon, and then the figure smiled. Jonas stood frozen. His eyes had turned white, his body shaking. The faceless figure raised its arm again, and Jonas screamed, a long, painful sound that echoed off the metal walls. His voice didn't sound human anymore. Get him back, Reyna shouted. Malik grabbed Jonas and pulled him behind cover. The hangar doors were still locked. The tall enemy stepped closer, slow but unstoppable. His body didn't move like a man. It moved like a machine pretending to be alive. Malik slammed a small tool into the control panel. Sparks flew. "I need more time." The creature spoke again, but not with words. It was a voice inside their heads. "Your minds are open. Your memories are useful. Humanity is weak. But you may serve." Reyna fired her rifle. The bullets hit the figure's chest, but he didn't stop. She switched to plasma rounds. A direct shot to the shoulder made him stumble, but not fall. "That one hurt him," she said. "Aim for the joints." The rest of the team opened fire. The figure stepped back for the first time. But then the walls behind him opened, and two more stepped out. One was taller. One looked familiar. Reyna narrowed her eyes. "That one looks like Decker." It was Decker, or something made to look like him. His armor, his stance, but his eyes glowed blue. "They're copying us," Malik said. "They're building soldiers from our DNA." Jonas suddenly stood up. His mouth moved, but his voice was not his own. "Surrender. Join us. Become more." Malik aimed his weapon at him. "Captain, he's gone." "No," Reyna said. "Not yet." She walked to Jonas and slapped a shock patch onto his neck. Electricity hit him hard. He dropped to the ground, twitching, unconscious. The doors behind them finally opened. "Go. Now," Malik shouted. He dragged Jonas while Reyna and the others covered them. The hangar was huge, dark, and filled with dust. Old alien ships were parked like dead animals. Some had Earth markings. The team ran to a small, strange-looking craft with human controls wired into alien systems. "What is this thing?" Malik asked. Reyna looked around. "It's a hybrid. Human design mixed with alien tech. Someone's been here before." The faceless enemy and his copies stepped into the hangar. Their eyes glowed in the dark. "No time," Reyna said. "We're flying this thing out." Malik jumped into the pilot's seat. The ship groaned to life, its systems flickering with blue light. The faceless figure raised a hand, and the hangar doors began to close. Reyna fired at the control tower, buying them seconds. Malik slammed the launch button. The ship lifted and blasted forward just before the doors shut completely. The enemy didn't follow. They just stood there, watching. As the ship escaped into space, everyone sat in silence. Jonas was unconscious. 2 soldiers were dead. The rest were shaken. "We didn't just find a ship," Reyna said finally. "We found something bigger. They're copying us, learning us. They've been watching humans for a long time." "And someone helped them," Malik said. "That hybrid ship wasn't built by aliens alone. They checked the ship's logs, hidden files, secret video messages. One showed a man in a human military uniform speaking in front of alien machines. 'This is Commander Hurst,' the man said. 'If you're watching this, it means they've started the next phase. I tried to stop them. I failed. This ship is proof they can build copies, and they're using human brains to run them. The war we thought we won. We didn't. We just forgot it.'" The video ended. Reyna stood up. He was high command. He went missing 5 years ago. Malik's face turned cold. "The ship knew us. It called us creators." Jonas stirred and opened his eyes. "I saw something," he whispered. "When it was in my mind, I saw Earth, and I saw a fleet, thousands of ships, heading somewhere." Reyna looked at him. "Where?" He answered in a hollow voice. "Earth." The ship's radar beeped. Multiple signals. Ships, alien ones, heading toward their location. "They let us leave," Reyna said. "Why?" "To follow us," Jonas said. "They marked us. We're the message." Malik's hands tightened on the controls. "Then let's make it loud." The human-alien hybrid ship turned and began charging its weapons. The stars outside looked calm, But inside the hybrid ship, everything was chaos. Warning lights flashed across the control panels. Radar showed 5 enemy ships approaching fast. Each one was dark, quiet, and shaped like blades. No lights, no signals, just silent hunters. "They're gaining on us," Malik said, gripping the controls. "They're not just chasing," Rena replied. "They're hurting us, pushing us toward something." Jonas was still weak, sitting in the back with his head in his hands. "I can feel them. They're close. They're inside the ship again." "Block them out," Rena said. "Focus." But Jonas shook his head. "It's not just thoughts. It's memory. They're pulling pieces of my mind, my training, my voice, everything." The lights flickered. The ship groaned. Suddenly, a deep voice filled the cabin, not from the speakers, from inside their minds. "The machine you ride was built by us. For you. Welcome back." Everyone froze. Malik growled. "They're controlling the ship." "Not yet," Rena snapped. "Jonas, can you fight them?" Jonas looked up, eyes glowing faint blue. "No, but I can slow them." He reached forward and placed his hand on the console. The ship shivered, as if alive. "I can talk to it now," he said. "It listens to me." Malik didn't like it, but there was no time. "Then tell it to run." The ship turned sharply, engines roaring. It moved faster than before, like something had been unlocked. One of the enemy ships followed and fired. A black plasma beam sliced through space, barely missing them. "We can't outrun them forever," Malik said. "Weapons online, but weak." Rena thought quickly. "There's a gas cloud nearby, full of charged particles. If we fly through it, their sensors will lose us." "But we could lose control too," Malik warned. "Better than being caught." The ship dove into the cloud. Lightning danced outside. The radar died. Everything turned gray. For a moment, there was silence. Then, a scream inside their minds. Jonas clutched his head. "They're angry. We broke the link, but they're still watching." The ship's lights turned red. Systems began to fail. The engines dropped speed. Rena looked back at Jonas. "What's happening?" He looked terrified. "They've planted something inside me. A code. It's inside the ship now." "Kill it," Malik said, "before it takes over." "I don't know how." Outside, one enemy ship entered the cloud. It moved slower, careful, scanning. Rena loaded a missile manually. "Let's make this count." She aimed, waited, then fired. Direct hit. The alien ship exploded into pieces. Flames and black metal floated in space. "That's one," she said. 4 to go." But inside their own ship, things were getting worse. The walls began to shift, changing shape. The metal stretched like skin. A screen turned on by itself, showing a face. No eyes, no mouth, just a smooth surface and glowing lines. "You are not the enemy," the face said. "You are the origin." Rena stared. "What does that mean?" Jonas answered in a whisper. I think humans helped build them." Malik cursed. "That's not possible." "Yes, it is," Rena said. "Remember the video we saw? Commander Hurst. He was part of something. Something secret. He worked with them." Jonas nodded slowly. "They didn't start this war. We did." The truth hit like a wave. The faceless soldiers, the copied humans, the hybrid ship, it was all part of a plan humans forgot, or tried to hide. Rena clenched her fists. "Then we clean up the mess. We stop it now." The cloud was thinning. The ship broke through the edge, and saw Earth far in the distance. Malik blinked. "We're close. One jump away." But 3 alien ships waited between them and home. The enemy knew they were coming. Jonas stood up, his voice stronger. "Let me try something." "What?" Rena asked. "I'm part of their system now. I can reach their network. Maybe I can shut them down. It's too dangerous. I already have their voice in my head. What more can they take? Rena nodded. Do it. Jonas closed his eyes and touched the console again. His body went still. The ship lights dimmed. Outside, the enemy ships began to slow down, just for a second. Then Jonas screamed and collapsed. They pushed back, Malik said. Rena checked his pulse. He's alive, but barely. Behind them, the 3 enemy ships charged forward. Fire everything, Rena said. Missiles launched. Plasma cannons roared. The sky lit up with explosions. One alien ship was hit. Damage. Spinning. But 2 remained. Malik pulled the jump lever. The stars stretched, and Earth vanished behind a tunnel of light. They were gone, but not safe. Not yet. The ship dropped out of jump near a small moon orbiting Earth. It was quiet, too quiet. No response from Earth Command. No signals. No warning. Just silence. Malik checked the screens. No defense systems active. No orbit patrols. This isn't right. Rena narrowed her eyes. Earth always scans jump points. They should have seen us coming. Jonas was still unconscious in the back. His body twitched every now and then. He looked peaceful, but something dark moved under his skin, like a shadow trapped inside. We need a secure landing zone, Malik said. Someplace quiet where we can figure this out. Rena pointed to an abandoned Earth outpost on the moon. There, it hasn't been used in years, but it still has power. They landed inside a cracked hangar. Dust rose as the ship touched down. Lights flickered on, casting long shadows. The team stepped out carefully, weapons ready. Inside, the base felt empty, but watched. Old Earth flags still hung on the walls. Computer screens blinked with static. Rena checked a terminal. Last entry was 2 years ago. Then it just stopped. Like someone wiped the logs, Malik said. Suddenly, Jonas gasped and sat up, eyes wide. He looked around, confused. We're back. Rena nodded. You blacked out. Do you remember anything? He frowned. Pieces. I was somewhere else. Not just in my mind. It was like another place. A copy of Earth. Silent. Dark. But they were there, watching, waiting. They know we're here? Malik asked. Jonas shook his head. They don't care. Not yet. They already won something. The screen in front of Rena blinked. Incoming transmission. She clicked it. A face appeared, grainy, half-lit. It was Commander Hurst, the same man from the old video logs. I knew someone would come, he said. If you're watching this, I'm either dead or worse. Listen carefully. Earth isn't what it seems. We didn't win the first war. We made a deal. A terrible deal. The team leaned closer. They offered peace in exchange for knowledge. Human knowledge. Our minds. Our memories. High Command agreed. They thought they could control it. Use it. But the aliens lied. They took what they wanted and made copies. They built a hidden fleet, mixed with us. The screen glitched. They erased the truth, buried it. That's why I came here. To warn whoever survives. If you've seen them, if you fought them, then Earth is already infected. The video cut off. Silence again. Rena looked at the others. Earth might be compromised. You mean, our leaders, our people? Malik asked. Jonas stood slowly. They don't need to invade. They just need access, and we gave it to them. Suddenly, an alarm rang through the base. Unidentified craft approaching. Malik checked the radar. A small shuttle. Human signature, but no ID. Could be Earth Command, Rena said. Or something else. They waited. The shuttle landed outside the base. One figure stepped out, dressed in Earth military gear, helmet on, walking slowly toward the hangar. The team raised weapons. The door opened. The figure removed the helmet. Rena froze. It was Decker. But Decker was dead. She aimed her rifle. "Don't move." "I'm not here to fight," the man said calmly. "I'm here to warn you." "That's funny, coming from a corpse," Malik said. "I'm not him. I'm what they made. A copy. But I broke free. Something went wrong. I started remembering who I was. And I need your help." Jonas stepped forward. "They've never spoken to us like this." The copy nodded. "Because they're afraid. You escaped. You learned the truth. And now Earth is at risk. They plan to turn Earth into a factory. More mines, more soldiers, more ships." Rena kept her weapon up. "Why help us?" The copy Decker looked her in the eye. "Because I remember being human. And I don't want to become what they are." Malik shook his head. "We can't trust him." "He might be the only one telling the truth," Jonas said. The base lights dimmed. Another signal. A large ship approaching. Not human. Not friendly. "They found us," the copy said. "You have one chance. Follow me. I know how to shut down the mind-link system. But you'll have to go back to their main ship. The one you escaped from. Back to the nightmare. Back to the center of it all." Rena lowered her rifle. "Then we end it where it started." The silence before takeoff felt heavier than space itself. Rena stared at the stars through the cracked window of the old base. Her hands were tight around her rifle. She didn't trust the thing that looked like Decker. But right now, she had no better plan. Malik worked quietly, checking the weapons on the hybrid ship. "We're flying back into the monster's mouth," he muttered. Jonas sat in the corner, eyes closed, breathing steady. He had changed since the mind link. He could still hear them. But now, he could sometimes block them out. He was their weakness and their key. The copy Decker, standing near the ship's ramp, looked calm. Too calm. "You really remember who you were?" Rena asked him. "Not everything," he replied. "But I remember enough. I remember how it felt to be human. The way fear tastes. The way hope sounds. That's why I broke free. That's why I want to help." Malik walked over. "Then tell us what we're walking into." The copy Decker nodded. "Their core ship isn't just a command center. It's alive. It thinks. It learns. It grows. Inside is the link hub, the mind engine. It controls every copy, every soldier, every ship. Destroy that, and you cut off their control." Jonas opened his eyes. "But it's not just wires and metal, is it?" "No," the copy said. "It's made of memories, human ones. The minds they stole are inside it, including the ones from your team." Everyone went silent. Rena finally spoke. "Then we go in, we get to the engine, and we blow it up." Jonas stood. "It won't let us near that easily. It knows we're coming." "Good," Malik said. "Let it know. We're not hiding this time." They boarded the ship. The hybrid systems lit up, responding to Jonas's presence. The copy Decker entered a code, and the navigation system locked onto a hidden route, one only a mind-linked being would know. As the ship left the moon and jumped into deep space again, the stars around them twisted. The space between thoughts grew thinner. Everyone felt it. Whispers returned, faint, chilling. "You are ours. Return and be whole. End the pain. Join the silence." Jonas pressed his hands against the wall. "They're trying to slow us down." "Don't listen," Rena said. "They only win if we believe them." The ship dropped out of jump near the enemy's core ship. It was bigger than any ship they'd seen. Black, alive, pulsing like a heart. Countless smaller ships floated around it like flies around a corpse. "Stealth mode engaged," Malik said. "Let's pray it works." The hybrid ship drifted slowly toward a docking bay. No alarms, no lights. The enemy ship was quiet. "Too quiet," Rena muttered. They landed and stepped out. The air was thick, heavy with something that wasn't just oxygen. The walls of the ship pulsed like muscle. The halls were dark, but they knew they were being watched. "This way," the copy said. I remember the path. They walked carefully, guns ready. No enemies came. But whispers echoed through the ship, the same voice in different tones. "Hearts that beat like yours will stop. Your fight ends here." Jonas suddenly grabbed his head. "They're trying to use me to stop you." Reyna reached for him. "You okay?" He nodded. "They want me to take control of the ship again." "I won't." The corridor opened into a massive chamber. At its center was a glowing sphere, floating above a pit. Wires ran into it from every wall. Inside the sphere, faces, human faces, trapped, twisting in pain. "The mind engine," the copy said. "That's it." Jonas took a step forward, but the ship reacted. Boom. The floor shook. From the shadows, figures stepped out, copies. Soldiers, even copies of Reyna, Malik, and Jonas himself. "Clones," Reyna whispered, "of us. They're using our own images to stop us," Malik said, aiming his gun. "Not this time." A brutal fight began. Bullets, plasma, screams. Reyna fought her own copy, every move matched, every attack blocked. But her copy didn't have her fire, her rage. She slammed a blade into its neck. "You're just a shadow." Jonas ran to the mind engine while Malik and the copy decker held the line. Jonas placed both hands on the sphere. The whispers turned into screams. His body shook. He screamed back. The sphere cracked, then started to burn. "No more stolen minds," Jonas shouted. "No more lies." The ship howled. The walls shook. The sphere exploded into bright blue light. The copy decker looked at Reyna. "Run, the ship's dying." They grabbed Jonas, half-conscious again, and ran. Alarms wailed. The core ship was breaking apart. They reached their ship, launched. Behind them, the enemy's command ship began to collapse into itself, imploding. One by one, the enemy ships powered down. Silent. Dead. "They're gone," Malik said. "For now," Reyna replied. "But we just showed them one thing." "What?" She looked at the stars. "That humans don't give up." The sky over Earth was quiet when they returned. No warnings, no enemy ships, no mind voices, just silence. Real silence. The hybrid ship landed at a hidden Earth military base in the mountains. It was one of the last secure locations, clean, untouched by the alien infection. Jonas was still weak, but alive. Reyna helped him walk as Malik covered their exit. The copy decker followed slowly behind, quiet, unsure if he even belonged anymore. Earth Command had no idea what had happened. They were blind to it all. The war they thought was over had only shifted into the shadows. But now, someone had turned on the lights. Inside the command bunker, a general stared at Reyna like she was a ghost. "We thought your team was lost." "We were," she said, "but we fought our way back." Jonas stood tall beside her. "You need to know the truth. Earth was compromised. You handed them our minds, and they used them to build something terrible." The general tried to deny it at first, but the copy decker stepped forward. "They used my face," he said calmly. "My voice. My training. You gave them everything they needed." A long silence filled the room. "What do we do now?" the general finally asked. Reyna's voice was cold. "You stop hiding. You tell the world what happened. You prepare for the next wave." Malik leaned forward. "Because they're not gone. Just hurt. And next time, they'll come harder." The next few days moved fast. The data from the enemy ship was uploaded and studied. Earth's leaders were forced to reveal the truth, the mind-sharing experiment, the secret deals, the copies, the hidden war. The people were shocked, but also angry. And humans fight best when they're angry. New defense systems were built. Mind-blocking tech was rushed into production. Old bases were reopened, and for the first time in years, Earth was united, not just for survival, but for justice. Jonas stayed at a medical center. The mind engine had changed him. He could still feel traces of the alien network, but now he was learning to control it, to listen, to warn. Malik returned to the Special Forces, training new recruits, telling them stories no one else believed before. Rena was offered a medal. She refused it. "I don't want honors," she said. "I want us ready." The copydecker was given a choice: freedom or research. He chose something else. "I'll watch the stars," he said. "If they come back, I'll know first." He left in a small ship, drifting toward the edge of the solar system, choosing exile over comfort. Weeks passed. Earth stayed quiet, but no one relaxed. One night, Rena stood on a rooftop, staring at the sky. Jonas joined her. "Do you think they'll come back?" he asked. "They will," she said. "But next time, they won't find us scared. They'll find us ready." Jonas smiled faintly. "They thought we'd break. They thought they could steal what makes us human." Rena nodded. They were wrong. A meteor shot across the sky. Bright, fast, beautiful. And for the first time in a long time, the stars didn't feel cold. They felt like a challenge. Let them come. Because this time, humanity remembers. And we don't run. We fight.